All right, welcome back to Lions franchise here on Madden 24. We're in week 12 now, trying to get through the season quickly here. Might go ahead and record uh, the next several weeks today. So we're taking on the Bears. They're 2-8. We just took on the Vikings, and they're now 2-9. And I know we've got the Rams next week, who are also pretty bad. But if you take a look at the schedule, we week one we narrowly beat the Chiefs, and then the Vikings tried to come back against us, blew out the Broncos and the Bears. They're both bad. Packers are bad. Then we lost to the Chargers. They're a good team. They have a good record, or at least they did when we played them. And then we narrowly beat the Seahawks, who also had a good record. Blew out the Packers again. Blew out the Buccaneers, who I think had maybe 2 wins at the time, and then had a game where we did struggle a bit offensively against the Vikings, but most of the time there, our defense got us some good field position. We ran the ball well. Just did struggle a little bit throwing the ball. Had some injuries at wide receiver. So we got the Bears and the Rams. Those are easy games. But then we've got the 49ers, who this game may help determine who gets the number 1 seed in the NFC. So Bengals are good. Raiders are good. So we've got 3 tough games in a row, and then we'll take on the Cardinals and the Giants to end the season. Kevin Brewer had won the weekly award for Defensive Player of the Week. He had 3 interceptions in the last game. He has 5 interceptions in the last 2 games. So maybe he's putting together a Defensive Player of the Year campaign, which probably would move him up to being an X factor. We're on a short week here. Beat the Bears and allow 2 or fewer offensive touchdowns. Well, that might be possible. We will see. We'll get into our weekly strategy here. Defend the outside run from fullback Reggie Gilliam. How about we Justin Fields is the quarterback. How about we contain the quarterback scramble? I don't know if that's really what I want. We'll do run inside. And I really like pass skeleton for the practice drill. It's really the only one that I'm even remotely okay at. So it was a nice catch. We got Weber back this week, so hopefully he doesn't get hurt in practice or anything. But I think Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to be out for a while. He got hurt in the last game, so going to have Clarence Trapp in. I don't know if I want to leave that the same, or maybe one of the other wide receivers gets a chance, but Weber's going to be back. He's been good. He's not, a really high overall or anything, but just his skill set has been good for us. He's a big physical wide receiver, and he just goes up and gets the ball. As long as we don't have an incompletion here, we should get gold. We're going to have gold. Just throwing to wide open guys is the key in this drill. If you can get some short passes, just get that multiplier up. We're going to have gold. It'd be nice if Gabriel Barkley would finally get a development trade upgrade, but he's not going to. So see if we have any injuries on the offense here. Doesn't look like it. Defensively, looks like we're going to have everybody healthy here. And if we're looking at the injury report here, Amon-Ra St. Brown going to be out for 3 more weeks. So that's this week and then 2 weeks after that. And then Tyler Lindenbaum, we're going to get back next week. So we'll have him for the game against the Rams. We got some upgrades here before we get into the game. It's just going to be Austin Church. I think we go agile. He's going to get pass block and run block finesse. He's got hidden development. Probably just star. We'll go power back on Benji Fields, who, I think he's a rookie. Yeah, he's the one we drafted. But I'd really like to have another running back. We always end up with these guys that are like low 70s. Well, this is the Thanksgiving game too. We get these guys that are like low 70s normal development. 16 touchdowns this year for Ray Clayton. Justin Fields, obviously the quarterback for the Bears. We're going to kick off here. Bears will start the game with the ball. And they're just going to take a knee and bring it out to the 25. Justin Fields, 5 touchdowns to 13 picks. He is having a terrible year. And I mean, I've thrown a lot of picks. I've thrown a crazy amount of interceptions, but I still have thrown more touchdowns than interceptions. So Miles Sanders with the carry had 53 yards last week on 21 carries, which is really just awful. I mean, that's some terrible numbers right there. That's a team that's struggling to run the ball. And they're going to run it again here, but that's going to be a first down. Miles Sanders again. Fields trying to run the ball. Won't get much anything. Tackled by Brian Branch. There's a sack. It's going to be Irving. Leon Irving, our rookie corner on the nickel blitz there. And send him again. It's going to be dropped. Would have been a first down. And the Bears will punt. Pippen's back to return. Although I had thought that I had Irving as our punt returning, but that's a decent return, so maybe we'll let him keep doing returns. Gabriel Barkley, 28 touchdowns to 22 picks. 22 picks is just way too many. We need to really cut down on those and really get some more touchdown passes. Jahmyr Gibbs with a nice run. Picks up 19. And our focus today was to run the ball inside, and we're really going to try to do that. It's another 9 yards, nearly 10 yards. Going to be second in inches here. 32 rushes last week for 128, and then 1 touchdown. He's been really good this year, so maybe doesn't have the touchdowns, but we've probably thrown the ball a little more at the goal line. So maybe go read option here with Gabriel Barkley. I wanted to hand that off to Gibbs, but that's going to work out just fine as Gabriel Barkley picks up 10. And we'll go play action here now that we've kind of established the run. And that one's nearly picked. A couple of guys had an opportunity at it there, but send Weber deep here and see what he can do. He's got a step. It's going to be a touchdown. Antonio Weber. I had to wait for it to pop up. I didn't remember what his first name was. But, I'm going for 2. I want to give us a big lead right away. Get it to Ray Clayton. That's the 2. It's going to be 8-0. We saw in that last drive, the Bears were able to move the ball a little bit. So, and there's been times the last several seasons that we've had trouble with the Bears, even when maybe they're not the best team. So, there's another sack there. Brian Branch that time. Fields just hanging on to the ball too long. They're going to run the ball here. Fields going to take it on the option. Gets maybe a yard. Fields going to throw that one short and come up short of the first down. They're 4th and 3, and they're going to punt. Didn't really have enough space there to pick up the first down. We'll get the ball back here. Not a whole lot on the return. Just running across the field, trying to get away. I throw it deep for Jahmyr Gibbs. He's going to make the catch. Down to the 44. I throw this one to Clarence Trapp. I think that's definitely his first catch of the day. We only have 3 completions so far. He's going to get about 8 yards. I'm looking for Gabriel Barkley to have a really good game today and have no interceptions. And then maybe he'll get a breakout challenge and we can finally get him up to star development. I just don't know how likely that is because I know myself and how much I always end up throwing interceptions, sometimes even at the end of the game when it does not matter. So All the way down to the 10-yard line already. Gibbs has 42 yards receiving. Barkley going to take off. Barkley almost into the end zone. Going to power through for a touchdown. Gabriel Barkley with the rushing touchdown. And I think this time I'm just going to kick the extra point. If we go for 2 there and we don't get it, it's still just 14-0. So we'll keep that 15-point lead. So make them go for 2 if they finally get things going at some point. Seems like the CPU usually, if they do end up getting things going, it's usually in the second half or towards the end of the second quarter. But it's a nice run from Isaiah Spiller there. I think his first name is Isaiah. It's not. It's got to be right. It's a catch. That's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. That's going to be Higgins. I think he was a big part of the game the last time we played the Bears. First and 10 from the 40 here. They're feeling a little bit of momentum here. Fields not really going to do anything. They're going to lose a yard. Fields, that's a little bit of an overthrow there by Fields. And I'm gonna come after this punt. I want to block a punt in Madden so bad, and I don't think I ever have in Madden 24. I remember back, I think it was like Madden 20. It was just really easy to like block extra points and like field goals, and I think even punts were a lot easier to block. And I don't remember if it was Madden 20 or Madden 21, but then in the next Madden it was just back to how it already was, like it was much harder again. So we'll do an end around here with Weber. I don't know. We really didn't have the blocking on that, so we'll lose 2 yards. Get this one to Ray Clayton. He's gonna catch it. He's just so tall, and he has such such long arms that he can reach up and grab a ball like that. That's maybe just a little bit overthrown. He's such a good player. Clarence Trapp with another catch. I think that's his second. He's got 2 for 18. And he's not, he's not going to go out and get 100 yards, but Clarence Trapp does okay when he gets on the field. He's just not the best receiver, but he can make some catches. Well, that's in the coverage. There was 3 guys there. And the play's designed to go to Ray Clayton, but we really probably could have looked elsewhere on that one. But he's wide open on this play. And it's going to be a first down. Going to get all the way down to the 1. Gabe Davis is wide open. We're going to get a touchdown for Gabe Davis. He's wide receiver 1 with Amon-Ra St. Brown out. So I think again we'll just kick the extra point. I don't know. We may build a big enough lead here that we can bring Hendon Hooker into the game. So, I mean, if we're up, if we just keep scoring, I don't know that. If we have a good game with Gabriel Barkley, I mean, it might be better to just bring in Hendon Hooker so that we don't throw interceptions. There's a sack again. Aiden Hutchinson with half a sack. Ed Oliver coming in as well. So that's 3 sacks now. There's a little screen pass there, but it's 3rd and 23. They're not going to have enough. Justin Fields is 3 for 5. He's completing his passes when he is able to throw the ball. He's just not getting any type of plays down the field or anything. So they did have some success running the ball. So we're up to the 42 here. Jahmyr Gibbs averaging 7 yards a carry. He's in the zone. Although, once again, I haven't checked what the zone abilities are for Jahmyr Gibbs, so I don't know what that actually gives him. I'll throw this one down the field. That might be picked off. Oh, one of our wide receivers comes and knocks it out at the last second. That one was absolutely going to be picked off. And just got very lucky there. Kind of interrupted the animation a little bit. As this one's to Ray Clayton. He's got a lot of yards already. 76 yards on 3 catches. So he's having a good game. Clarence Trapp is open. It's going to be another 4 yards for him. Hand it off to Gibbs again. He's going to get the first down. That's what happens when you have a 99 overall running back. Just a short pass to a wide open Ray Clayton for a first down. Get it to Clarence Trapp again. He's going to get us down to the 3. I'll go no huddle here. We are running out of time just a little bit. Get it to Jamar Sims. He's going to get down to the 1. Step out of bounds there. I'd really like a passing touchdown here. Got 5 wide receivers, although Jahmyr Gibbs and Ray Clayton are out there, so 3 actual wide receivers here. Get that one to Jahmyr Gibbs. He's going to drop the ball. Okay. 4th and goal from the 1. I'm not kicking the field goal. We're not going to kick the field goal. We're going to go for it. Get the ball to Ray Clayton. That's a touchdown. He just has such sure hands in the red zone. Can always rely on him. And now I'm going to go for 2. We'll make it 30-0. Get the ball to Weber. That's going to be a fumble. Justin Fields loses the ball. And we'll have a chance to extend the lead even more. Start at the 15-yard line here. Going into the back of the end zone. That was knocked away. Let's see here. What do we want to do? Send Weber deep again on the slants play. Weber's open. Weber's get another touchdown. His 2nd of the game. I'd love to get him to star development too. Go for 2 again. Dropped by Gabe Davis, so we're going to stay at 36 here. I think if we get this over 40-0, I'm going to bring in Hendon Hooker. Maybe leaving Jahmyr Gibbs, though, so we still have our 99 overall running back in the game. Maybe we run the ball a lot more in the second half, but the defense has played really well in this game, but our offense is just playing lights out. I mean, see, that's a catch, but that's only a 2-yard gain. I think that's where the Madden AI comes into play. They're down a lot. You got to be looking deeper down the field. But just a pick by Brian Branch. The Bears were never in this game, were they? They have what, 2 wins on the season? So get the ball here at the 34. That's only their 2nd turnover. But launch that one deep for Gabe Davis. That's caught. He is only going to get down to the 1, though, so I am going to quickly call a timeout here. Can we get Weber on like an out route here? He kind of got knocked off his route a little bit. This is the same play. No, it's not. Okay. It was a similar play. Going to get the ball to Dan Graham. That's a touchdown for our backup tight end, Dan Graham. Of course, we traded for him a couple of weeks ago. He's really good. I would like to see him get into the game more. As we go for 2 once again. I've gone for 2 a lot in this game. I don't know. I like going for 2. I like going for 2 when we're up big. I mean, it's 44-0. And I think that's big enough of a lead that we're not going to blow it in the second half. So that one's picked by Kevin Brewer. That's 6 interceptions in the last 3 games for him. He is really putting together a defensive player of the year campaign here. 3 turnovers now for Chicago. We're going to have 30 seconds to try to do something here with the ball. Just don't want to turn it over. And I think I am going to bring in Hendon Hooker in the second half. I know I said I was probably going to, but if we score here, I for sure am. Don't pick that off. Oh my God. Okay. We're definitely bringing in Hendon Hooker in the second half because I don't want to throw another interception with Gabriel Barkley. I don't know if he can. I don't know if he can get a breakout challenge if he's thrown, just 1 interception. I know 2 would be pretty much out of the question. So it's going to be offsides. It's actually a false start. Okay. I thought it might be encroachment there, but 15 seconds. I mean, they could maybe get into field goal range. They have 2 timeouts. But they're just going to run the ball. They're going to call a timeout, though, because they got good yards on that play. If they throw it here, they pick up maybe like 15 yards. They could get a field goal. That one's dropped. Okay. 4th and 2. I'd think you'd want to go for this. They won't. They're going to punt the ball. Tried to block it. It's going to bounce into the end zone. There's going to be 1 second. And I think I'm just going to take a knee. We won't risk anything happening here. And it's going to take us to halftime real quick. All right, I'm back. I think we continue to contain the quarterback scramble and get the ball start the second half. I quickly here, I'm going to go into the depth chart. And we're going to bring in Hendon Hooker for the second half. He's an 81 overall. Of course, we played with him for quite a while. I think I want to take out Ray Clayton too. I think I'm going to bring in Dan Graham. Pippen back to return. I don't know at what point it changed to Pippen to the returner because I know I had Irving. Gibbs is going to pick up a first down here. And I'm not going to let up here too much just because Gabriel Barkley's out of the game. We're still trying to score here. Might be 44-0, but it's only the beginning of the second half. You can't just not try. So quick pass to Weber here. That's picked off. And Hooker's first throw is an interception. Same guy we threw the interception to at the end of the half. And the Bears are going to have good field position here. Fields looked like maybe he was trying to set up a screen there. He's 4 for 12. He's had a few dropped, but he's had some that he's thrown away. He's also had a few just flutter out as he's gotten hit. So that one's going to be a catch by DJ Moore. His first catch of the game. So they got a first down here. Play action, and he goes right into a sack from Nick Mullins. Justin Fields rolling right into the sack. That's 5 sacks for Detroit. 0 sacks for the Bears. They're going to hand it off. Nothing there for Miles Sanders. He does have 5 rushes for 33 yards. It's hard to run the ball a lot when you're down 44 points, but it's really been a little more successful for them than anything else. Tyquan Scott with the sack. And they're going to punt the ball because now they're out of field goal range. It'd be a pretty long one from here, so. Interception doesn't really hurt us. Although the ball is now going to be on the 1, so. Tried to hand it off up the middle with Gibbs. We're going to get a yard there. We definitely should not go for an end around on the 2-yard line. That doesn't seem smart. Try to get it to Dan Graham. That's incomplete. Maybe we send Weber deep again. He looks like he might have a step. That ball just hung up there too long. Wasn't out in front of him quite enough. We'll punt here. Pretty decent punt from Stonehouse. He might be the best punter in the NFL, but they're going to get a little bit of a return on it. So you'd think for them to even have a chance, they'd have to get this to like 44 to like 21 by the end of the third quarter. Like I would have to make a lot of mistakes. And if I just play conservatively and don't throw like 3 pick sixes, I think we'll be fine here. We have an enormous lead as Fields is taken off in the slide. Gabriel Barkley has enough awareness to slide, I'm pretty sure. So I need to actually figure out how. All the quarterbacks I've had previously didn't have enough awareness to be able to slide. So I'm not really used to even being able to. So, but I'm pretty sure Gabriel Barkley does. I'm pretty sure he has high enough awareness because I saw it there when I was switching to Hendon Hooker. But Bears are moving down the field. It's 1st and goal now. It's caught. They're down to the 1. Field's starting to field just a little bit here. Looks like they're probably going to run the ball on this play. And they do, but they're going to lose 3 yards. So 3rd and goal now. That's a touchdown. Bears finally score. Elijah Higgins. They'll kick the extra point. And it's 44-7. 3rd quarter's almost over, though, so. Get Pippen on the return here. Get up to the 19. That one's knocked down. Okay. 0 for 4 for Hendon Hooker. He is not having a good time throwing the ball. And draw a play with Gibbs here. He's not going to get the 1st down. Okay. 4th and 3. I think we'll punt. I'm fine with that. Maybe not the best play calling by me on that drive, but Bears will call for a fair catch at the 27. I mean, we've built too much of a lead here to really worry about the Bears coming back. That was a nice run by Fields, though. Doesn't get anything that time. That's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. 5 tackles now for Brian Branch. That's pretty good. Fields throwing here. He's going to scramble. Bring up 3rd and 3 here now. You have to assume 4th down they're going to go for it if they don't get this. You would assume they'd probably be going for it. Maybe the rest of the way here. They can, but they're going to pick up a 1st down. And, maybe they make this game closer. We may not need to score in the 2nd half at all. I mean, we haven't yet, but I'd still like to try to do something offensively with Hendon Hooker. I just think we've kind of lost some of the momentum here. So it's a handoff. Miles Sanders. He's got 8 for 40. Again, that's not bad. It's another completion. That's another 1st down. Gonna hand it off. That's a touchdown. Miles Sanders. And it's going to be 44-14. Still 30-point lead here. Only 6 minutes left in the game. And every suggestion is a running play. They want us to just run out the rest of the clock. I'll hand it off to Gibbs. DeForest Buckner is hurt for Chicago. Go play action here. Just going to take off with Hendon Hooker. That's a first down. And we will keep the clock moving here. Gibbs has 100 yards. I tried to launch it down the field for Weber, but we're sacked on the play. So sacked again. I mean, I pressed the button to throw it. He just couldn't get the ball thrown before the pressure was there. So Bears get the ball back. Pretty good field position here. There's an interception by Nick Mullins. And that's just kind of how things have gone today for Chicago. They've played pretty badly most of the game. So had a really terrible first half. Dan Graham with the catch. He avoids a tackle. That's a touchdown for Dan Graham. Again, we traded for him so we would have a really good backup tight end. Try to get this one to Jahmyr Gibbs. He's going to be short. 50-14. That one's dropped. That one's knocked away. Jaden McPhee on the coverage. hasn't had a ton of interceptions this year, but they just don't throw the ball his way a lot. He really just locks down his part of the field. 7 sacks now for us. Chicago's had 2. I think both of them were on that last drive. Not the last drive because we had a touchdown on the last drive, but the last drive where we punted the ball. They had them both right in a row, so they did not sack Gabriel Barkley when he was in the game. Do I want to bother trying to score again? I can probably just run out the rest of the clock. Tried to run with Hendon Hooker. He just got absolutely smacked there. That's a 2-minute warning. I think I might still have to pick up a first down to run out the clock. Yeah. I mean, I could always go for it on 4th down if I had to, but they didn't give us the accelerated clock on that one. So I think I'm just going to have to sit here for a second and run the clock down a little bit. Maybe we'll snap it at like 5 seconds. We could go more than that. We could snap it at like 2. Gibbs is going to get close to a first down. 4th and 4 now. I'm not punting. There's no reason to punt. Punting here is kind of a waste of time. Just the animation takes so long, and then they're going to get the ball. It's easier if I just go for it, and if we don't get it, they'll have a little bit of time to just finish the game. But might look deep for Weber here. I kind of don't want to score a touchdown. I'm just going to take off, but that's not going to be enough. Okay, 30 seconds. See if they do anything here. Hopefully not, because he's going to throw the ball away. "25 seconds now. We're really just waiting for the game to end. We had a pretty dominant victory today, and most of it was in the first half. We only scored once in the second half. So it's the end of the game. 50-14 is your final. And the rest of the division just doesn't look like they can even compete. So Gabriel Barkley, a really good passer rating, 5 touchdowns to only 1 pick. Only had a long of 33, but 18 for 26, 246. 5 touchdowns, really the difference. 3 picks for Justin Fields. Did end up with about a 50% completion percentage, but only threw a long of 22, so didn't really push it down the field enough. Hendon Hooker, who played the entire second half, was only 1 for 5 for 53 yards. So, I mean, he only got sacked twice. I guess I just really didn't throw the ball out in the second half. And we did punt pretty quickly a couple of times. Miles Sanders had an okay game. Jahmyr Gibbs played pretty well. Over 100 yards, no touchdowns. Also had no runs of more than 20 yards, but did have a 19-yard run, so maybe that's a little misleading. Gabriel Barkley scrambled a couple of times, had a touchdown on the ground. Receiving, Ray Clayton, who didn't play in the second half, He had a touchdown. He had 5 for 88. Pretty good game. Clarence Trapp had several catches, all of which were in the first half. So, I mean, he contributed a little bit. Antonio Weber had 2 touchdowns on 3 catches. Dan Graham actually had 2 touchdowns on 2 catches. One of them was like a 1-yard touchdown. That somehow I don't even remember scoring. Gabe Davis had a touchdown. Jameer Gibbs had a couple of catches. Jamar Sims got a short pass. He really wasn't involved. Defensively, lots of tackles for loss. Several guys with more than 2. Brian Branch had 4. Leon Irving had 2 sacks. Aiden Hutchinson 1.5. Several guys with 1. Ed Oliver only had a half sack. Kevin Brewer had a pick, so he keeps his streak of games with an interception going. Brian Branch had 1. Nick Mullins had 1 right there at the end. Then Leon Irving forced a fumble, which was recovered by Tyreek Wallace. But no defensive touchdowns. Just an excellent game. We just played so well in the first half that really didn't matter what we did in the second half. We almost couldn't lose the game in the second half. Damian Ballard, who's never on the field, has an upgrade. He was our kick returner at one point. He's been in the league for 3 years. He's really only a 75 overall. Clarence Trapp goes up to a 79, playing up to an 80. I think we'll go scrambler for Gabriel Barkley. Get a couple upgrades. Awareness, break sack, and short throw accuracy. Brings his awareness up a bit. And then Jaden McPhee has an upgrade. And I think I'm going to go zone. He's really good, but his zone coverage could get a little better. Plus 3 zone coverage. I mean, yeah, it's going to get it into the 80s. So. And of course, he is a superstar X Factor, so he's really good. We were supposed to allow, I think, 2 or less offensive touchdowns from the Bears. I think it's going to count because we only allowed 2, so it was 2 or less. So we're going to get some morale for the defense. They just said it twice, so I don't know how much we're actually getting. And we'll advance the week to the Rams. We're not going to have any kind of scenarios at all this week. Weekly awards. Gabriel Barkley won Player of the Week. I know sometimes I think you can get a dev trade upgrade from Player of the Week, but it's pretty rare too. We're the number 1 seed in the NFC, followed by the 49ers. Like I said, last I checked, the 49ers had also only lost 1 game, and we're going to play them here in a couple of weeks. So that is a really big game, may help determine, of course, if we keep winning and they lose again. But we've got a couple of tough games coming up, so really could determine who gets the number 1 spot. And, Falcons number 3, Giants number 4. We play them at the end of the season. Seahawks, Panthers, and the Washington Commanders. In the AFC, we've got the Raiders, the Jets, the Titans, Ravens, Chargers, Bengals, who we play later in the season, and then the Chiefs are all the way down at the 7th seed, so they may not even end up in the playoffs, which is just strange. But that will do it for this week. We are 10-1, and the next best team in the division is 3-8. So it's been a really easy schedule this year, but got to keep going. Once we're into the playoffs, we're pretty much guaranteed a playoff spot. We could pretty much lose every last game this year, and we'd still win the division. So just have to see what we can do once we get into the playoffs. But that's going to do it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day.